Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Pavan Janardan Maharaj ki jai.
Vandeham Shri Guru Shiyata Barakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saganaraganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivashikam Vitam Sya Om Ajnana Timaranda Shyagyana Shalakaya Chakshuram Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gurva Bhishtam Supurakam Gurganara Sisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipanam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govinda Bidam Ujwalam Varatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Mande Vishwa Guruncha Divyat Bhagavat Prem Nawe Bija Pranam Devam Divyatanam Suchandavaranam Balarka Chelanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sadekavaranam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Banditam Shubhanam Madeka Sharanam Nyashishvara Sridharam Manshakapatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavenebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahabaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Namah. So reading from the Sri Chaitanya Bhagawat by Srila Vrindaban Das Thakur. This is the Madhya-khanda. This is chapter 2. This is Mahaprabhu starts Sankirtan at the house of Srivas Pandit. So I'll go back just a little bit from where we left off yesterday. The Supreme Lord Gaurasundar, the Super Soul, knew everything in everyone's heart. The devotees were still not aware that the Supreme Lord had come and was amongst them. Now the Lord decided to manifest himself. Sri Vishwambar roamed everywhere, unperturbed and unconcerned, his transcendental beauty unmatched within the entire creation. His body was decorated with sandalwood paste. His reddish lips were like the early morning sun, and his eyes were like a blooming lotus flower. Cascading curly tresses shone like a halo around his glowing moon-like face. He wore a Brahman thread around his shoulders and dressed in fine clothes. His exquisite personal beauty completely captivated the mind. Casually chewing on pan, he went for a walk upon the riverbank. When the devotees saw the Lord, they became very joyful, but the atheistic people felt intimidated. He must have heard everything of the threat, they said, yet he shows no sign of fear. He strolls about as though he is a prince. Another person said, "Listen, friends, I understand all this. Wait and see. What you are observing now is just another trick to escape." Fearlessly, Lord Vishwambar looked in every direction, observing the scenic beauty of the swiftly flowing Ganga and her banks. He saw a herd of cows grazing on the banks. Some of them went to the river to drink water, and a few young ones jumped about with raised tails. Some of them were butting each other, while others just lay around chewing their cud. This sight immediately agitated the Lord. He forgot himself and began emitting loud roaring sounds. He kept saying, "I am him, I am him." In this condition, absorbed within himself, as the Supreme Lord Vishwambar swiftly ran to Srivas's house shouting, "What are you doing now, Srivas?" Srivas was engaged in worshiping Lord Nrsingadev behind closed doors. The Lord came and repeatedly kicked the door. The Lord screamed out, "Whom are you worshiping? Whom are you meditating upon? The person whom you are worshiping is here." Opening the door, Srivas trembled and sat down awestruck. The Lord spoke to Srivas, calling out, "O Srivas, all this time you have not known who I am. I have left my spiritual abode of Vaikuntha and come down to this material world at your beckoning, because of your loud chanting of the holy name and Advaitacharya Prabhu's loud calling. Not recognizing me, You are living completely complacent and unconcerned. Avoiding me, Advaita Acharya Prabhu has gone back to Shantipur. I've come to protect the pious and punish the miscreants. There is no need for you to worry. Just go on worshiping me. Tears filled Srivas's eyes, and his heart swelled with love for the Lord. All his fears were destroyed by the Lord's reassuring words. Currents of joy passed through Srivas's body, and he stood up with folded hands, offering prayers to the Lord. Srivas Pandit is a great and pure devotee and a sublime scholar. Having received the Lord's order, he began to offer prayers. He recited from the Srimad Bhagavatam the prayers of Lord Brahma to Lord Krishna. O Lord, you are the eternally worshipable Supreme Personality of Godhead. Your complexion is dark blue like the monsoon cloud, and the color of your cloth is brilliant yellow like a flash of lightning. Wild flowers and gunja earrings decorate your ears, and a peacock feather adorns your crown. Your face looks so exquisite, enhanced by the gently swaying flower garland hanging around your neck. You stand beautifully with a morsel of food in your hand. Your mouth is smeared with the curd that you have just eaten. Your transcendental possessions, a herding stick, a buffalo horn, and a flute, are special features of your beauty. Your feet are soft like the petals of the lotus. I worship you, the son of Maharaj Nanda. I worship the lotus feet of Lord Vishwambar, whose complexion is like the dark blue monsoon cloud, and who wears a yellow dress. I offer my obeisances at the lotus feet of the son of Sachimata, whose ornaments are a bunch of wild flowers and a peacock feather. My obeisances at the lotus feet of the disciple of Gangadas Pandit, Nimai, who is decorated with a flower garland and holds a preparation of sweet rice in his hands. I offer obeisances at the lotus feet of the son of Sri Jagannath Mishra, Nimai. 1,000,000 full moons fade before the exquisite beauty of his face. I offer my obeisances at your lotus feet, my Lord, you who holds the cane and the flute. I offer obeisances unto you, who has been declared by the Vedas as the son of Maharaj Nanda. Srivas Pandit prayed like Brahma to the Lord's lotus feet. The words of transcendental praise flowed out with ease from his mouth, and he spoke on. You are the Supreme Lord Vishnu. You are Lord Krishna. You are the Lord of all sacrifices. The holiest of rivers, the Ganga, has sprung out from your lotus feet. You are the life and beloved son of Janaka Maharaj, Sri Ramachandra, and you are Lord Nrsingadev. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are like bumblebees searching for honey at your lotus feet. You are the knower and compiler of the Vedas, and you are the Supreme Lord Narayan. You appeared as Lord Vamana to trick Bali Maharaj. You are Lord Hayagriva. You are the soul of the universe. You are Lord Jagannath, the moon of Nilachala, and you are the ultimate cause of all causes. Is there anyone who is not subordinate to your energies, whether it be your insurmountable material energy or your internal spiritual energy? Even Lakshmi Devi is not fully aware of your glories, even though she is your constant companion. Lord Seish, who acts as a friend, companion, and brother, and who serves you in every respect, is even subjected to your illusory potency, what to speak of others. You have placed me into this condition of family life, which is a dark well of forgetfulness. My rarely attained human birth has been wasted because I could not recognize you. In various ways you have deluded me, my Lord, going to the extent of putting on fine clothes and performing pastimes of scholarship so that I was unable to recognize you. O Lord of my heart, please listen to me. Now that I have met you, I disregard all of my fears. All my sorrows and sufferings have vanished. My life has begun again. My day has come. My whole life and all of my endeavors have now become successful. The sun of good fortune has risen in my heart. My forefathers have been liberated, and my house has been sanctified. My eyes have never been blessed with such a wonderful sight as I am seeing today. I see him whose lotus feet are most worshipable by the goddess of fortune, Sri Ramadevi. Observing the wonderful form of the Lord, Srivas Pandit was unable to control himself, and he fell into an ecstatic trance. Currents of joy ran through his body, and he merged into an ocean of happiness. With raised arms, he wept and breathed heavily, then rolled on the ground. The Lord smiled and accepted Srivas's prayers with great satisfaction. Bring all the family members of the house and let them see my transcendental form, the Lord said. Along with your wife, worship my feet and ask for any boon that your heart desires. Following the instructions of the Lord, Srivas went into his house and gathered all his relatives, friends, and wife, and returned quickly to the presence of the Lord. Weeping with joy, Srivas offered all the flowers collected for the worship of Lord Vishnu to the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. With fragrant flowers, incense, and lamp, Srivas, along with his wife, brothers, other relatives, servants, and maidservants, offered worship at the lotus feet of the Lord. They all fell down and earnestly prayed, pleading for the Lord's mercy. Srivas is most dear to the Lord. Therefore the Lord blessed him and everyone present by placing his lotus feet upon their heads. Smiling, Vishwambar said, "May your attachment and attraction for me increase." The Lord spoke loudly like a roaring lion, and addressing Srivas said, "O Srivas, are you afraid of something? News has reached me that the government men went to capture you, and they have come with 2 boats. I am the super soul within everyone's heart. Thus I control and direct everyone's activities according to my sweet will. The king can only capture you if I, being situated in his heart, prompt him to do so. Yet, if for some reason he acts independently and gives the order to capture you, then I will do the following. I will be the first to step into the boat and present myself before the king. Upon seeing me, do you think that he can remain seated upon the throne? I will delude him, take control of him, and drag him down. Should not this happen, then I will tell the king, listen to the truth, O king. Call all of your religious heads and judges to the court. Collect all of your elephants, horses, animals, and birds. Whatever creatures you have, bring them to your palace. Then order all of your Qazi priests to read from your scriptures and inspire the creatures to such a state of spiritual emotion that they begin to cry. When his priests fail to do so, then I will reveal my potency to the king. I will say, O king, on the instructions of these same Qazi priests, whose lack of spiritual power we have already witnessed, you want to forbid the congregational chanting of the holy name of Krishna? Now you shall see my power to the full satisfaction of your eyes. Then I shall capture a mad elephant and bring him before the king, along with other elephants, horses, deer, and other animals, and instantly make them all cry in ecstasy and chant Krishna's name. I will make the king and all his men cry and chant Krishna's name. I know that you don't believe that it is possible, but I will show you right now and you can see for yourself. The Lord noticed a small girl who was the daughter of Srivas Pandit's brother named Narayani. Lord Gaurachandra, the Supreme Godhead, the super soul within everyone's heart, ordered the little girl, Narayani, chant Krishna's name and cry in ecstasy. The 4-year-old girl became extremely agitated with ecstatic spiritual emotions and cried out, "O Krishna!" She began to weep, losing all perception of the external world. Tears streamed down her body, and she fell to the ground. Smiling, Lord Vishwambar asked Srivas, Are your fears pacified now? Vaishnavas will remember for many years to come how Narayani was a recipient of the Lord's mercy. So Narayani is the mother of Vrindaban Das Thakur, who's written this Chaitanya Bhagawat. Srivas, a very learned Pandit who is well versed in all the scriptural conclusions, threw up both of his hands and said, "My Lord, when you exhibit your terrible form as all-devouring time and annihilate this entire material creation, I will fearlessly chant your holy name. Now that you are here, present before me in my house, what fear do I have?" The Lord manifested his opulent Vaikuntha form, and upon seeing this sublime revelation, Srivas, along with all the assembled relatives, brothers, wife, and servants, went into ecstatic trance. Even the servants and maidservants of Srivas Thakur were now seeing the transcendental form of the Lord that even the personified Vedas are eager to see. How can I possibly describe the glorious and magnanimous nature of Srivas Pandit? A little dust from his lotus feet can purify the entire creation. Lord Krishna appeared in the prison house of Vasudeva, yet his pastimes were performed in the house of Nanda Maharaj. Similarly, Lord Chaitanya appeared in the house of Sri Jagannath Mishra, yet he enjoyed so many pastimes in Srivas Pandit's house. All the Vaishnavas loved Srivas Pandit, and anyone who came to Srivas's house experienced great joy. Even the servants and maidservants in the house of such a devotee as Srivas can see the very rarest of sights, the Supreme Personality of Godhead in person. From this we can understand that serving a pure devotee is the best process of attaining the supreme goal, because by the mercy of a Vaishnava, one can certainly receive the shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. Lord Vishwambar ordered Srivas Pandit, "Do not speak about this incident to anyone." When the Lord regained his external consciousness, he felt somewhat abashed and reluctant, and after comforting Srivas Pandit, he returned to his own house. Srivas Pandit's whole house was immersed in jubilation. Whoever reads Srivas Pandit's prayers to the Lord will immediately be elevated to the position of eternal servant, of Lord Krishna. Lord Balaram, my beloved Lord and Master, has spoken to me from within my heart as the Super Soul, and so, on his order, I am writing these wonderful activities of Lord Chaitanya. I pray to the lotus feet of all the Vaishnavas, so that they may bless me to attain the service of Lord Balaram, my Lord and Master, birth after birth. Just as there is no difference between the name Nrsimha and Yadusimha, in the same way, I know Lord Balaram and Nityananda Prabhu to be the same person. Lord Balaram is very dear to Lord Chaitanya Chandra, and in his present incarnation, I glorify him by the name Abhaduta Chandra. Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda Prabhu are my life and soul. I, Vrindaban Das, humbly offer this song at their lotus feet. So I just had a little bit to finish this chapter, so we'll finish a little early today. We have a lot of activities today. Vishaka's coming here, and you can play the mridanga. Do you play the mridanga also?
I haven't practiced yet.
Okay.
I only know a few things.
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinatha Madana Mohan Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Karadara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Rupa Sanatha Bhakta Raguna Sri Jiva Gopala Bhadra Dasa Raguna Hey Chai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan Jao Ete Vignana Shabishta Puran Hey Chai Gosai Jar Mui Charadas Kastavar Padarenu Mora Panchagas Tarer Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanivas Janame Janame More Abhilas Hey Chai Gosai Jabe Braje Koilabas Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindaban Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Majai Aman Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyas Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Narottamdas Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyas Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Narottamdas Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Haribo, Haribo. Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajaka Charyashta Tara Sadashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajaka Charyashta Tara Sadashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Rakakshidhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishordas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Namachari Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dash Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Premsigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Vrindaban Das Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Bhagawat Ki Jai. Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vishwavaranya Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Shri Ram Mayapur Ki Jai. Saparshada Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshada Shriman Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Shri Koladvip Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Soquel Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Vrindaban Dham Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Govardhan Sham Kuna Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Jo Ki Jai. Shri Purushottam Dham Ki Jai. Baladev Subhadra Jagannath Jo Ki Jai. Bhakti Vigna Vinashaya Shri Nrsingadev Ki Jai. Bhakta Prabhara Shri Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtanw Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Sudhir Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Shri Vishakha Devi Dasi Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo.
Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Pavan Janardan Ki Jai.